Welcome back to Sultana's virtual classroom. I'm John. If you haven't yet checked out our video for John Smith's Voyage number 1, you should watch that because this is going to be about John Smith's Voyage number 2, and so it's kind of a sequel to that first story. As you can see in front of you, this is Captain John Smith. He came over to Jamestown in 1607, and as you may recall from the first video, Smith and his crew boarded a small vessel known as a shallop that looked a lot like this. This is a reproduction of a shallop that was launched in 2007, and it has some sails. You can see the sails up here, so if there was any wind, they were going to take advantage of it. The boat had 2 sails. You can see the oars at rest on the side, and you can see the crew crammed tightly together inside this boat.
Okay, so this is Chris Serino coming in to narrate these 2 voyages. This, to review, is the route of Captain John Smith's first voyage. You can see on this route, he explores the Pocomoke River, the Nanticoke River on the lower eastern shore, then he crosses the bay over to Calvert Cliffs. He comes up as high as the Patapsco River. The men start to retreat. They spend about a month exploring the Potomac River and then head back down. They're about to explore the Rappahannock River when Smith gets stung by a cow-nosed ray. The men return to Jamestown in mid-July of 1608. But you can see on that first voyage, there were several major rivers that Smith did not explore. So after resting for 3 days and recruiting a couple of new volunteers to go on this expedition, he set out again. Okay, so in July of 1608, Smith and his men realized they have yet to see the head of the bay. So on this voyage, voyage number 2, they apparently catch a real strong southerly wind and make a foray all the way up to the head of the bay. They find the Susquehanna River, the Sassafras, the Northeast, and the Elk. They come down, they map the Patuxent River. They finally do map the Rappahannock River all the way up to present-day Fredericksburg. They come down, they pop into the Piankatank, and then make some more expeditions down here in the lower James River. So the most important part of voyage number 2 is that Smith and his expedition reaches the true head of the Chesapeake Bay. He says as they round this area here, they saw the bay split into 2 heads, and then saw it further divide into 4. And what he was describing was the Sassafras, the Elk, the Northeast, and the Susquehanna River. They have some really fascinating encounters with the Taco Indians here on the Sassafras, as well as the Susquehannock Indians living here on the Susquehanna River. And when they see that current coming down all the way from New York State, Smith realizes that this is not going to be an all-water route to Asia.
To wrap up, it really was an unbelievable journey. Imagine exploring the entire bay, mostly by paddling a giant 70-pound oar like this. When Smith and his men reached the head of the Chesapeake, when they reached the mouth of the Susquehanna River, he realized the dream of finding a Northwest Passage was not going to be fulfilled. However, what did come out of his journey was this incredible document, the first accurate map of the Chesapeake Bay, which was really going to set the stage for all of the English settlement to come in the years to follow. That's going to wrap it up for today's virtual classroom. We hope you enjoyed learning about Captain John Smith and his Chesapeake voyages. Please come back soon if you want to learn some more about the Chesapeake Bay right here on this channel.